Perdona si te digo adiós. ¿Cómo decirle que te amo? ¿Cómo decirle que te amo si me ha preguntado? Yo le dije que no. Yo le dije que no. Soy honesto con ella y contigo. A ella la quiero y a ti te he olvidado. Si tú quieres seremos amigos. Yo te ayudo a olvidar el pasado.
We'll have to go to the other theater. Hopefully Brad gives it to us.
Welcome to another episode of La Pura Verdad podcast. I almost said the wrong one, dude.
I know, I was thinking about it too.
Hey, I almost said the wrong one. It's
we
all
got
right.
a whole bunch of stuff going on. Siempre se me
Yeah.
olvida. Like, I'm like, where are we at? What are we doing?
I caught Chismosa. We're all, even on text, we're all over the place. We start texting each other, and it's like, what are you talking about? I thought we were talking about this.
You know, yesterday I was on TikTok live, right? And I was doing some chisme with La Prima, and then everybody was like, did we walk into the ADHD show? Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode again of La Pura Verdad podcast. This is our third episode. If this is your first time watching, again, we've teamed up with 210 La Chismosa podcast, Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, of course. Still have our very own podcast on Mondays and Wednesdays. But we decided to do something special, come together and bring you guys something new, something that's based here out of San Antonio, really to promote our community, stuff that's going around in our community, good, bad, and the ugly. And today just so happens to be a show of, for something good, something awesome. We finally get to go to see the big screen and see maybe some places that we recognize right here in San Antonio. So without further ado, my guest, if you guys want to introduce yourself.
I am Bert Lopez.
And I'm Brandy Lopez.
Brandy and Bert. Puro double B's aquí. Bumper, Bert, Brandy.
And
Que
she's
favor,
busy.
chismosa.
It's okay,
Yay!
she's the letter after the B.
There you go.
dale,
She's the
ya
C.
sabe.
She's the C. But no, man, again, the show is absolutely free. As you guys know, we just ask you to do one thing. Again, we both have our separate podcasts, but we're really trying to get La Pura Verdad to grow. And it grows with you guys. So all you have to do tonight to enjoy this great interview is share it. Share it across your social media sites. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Again, Bert, Brandy, guys, welcome to La Pura Verdad.
Yes,
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for having us.
So if you guys didn't know, we got a rookie. We got a rookie.
I do.
I
have-
know, then I'm
we
not
have
going
a-
to mess with my other rookie.
Maybe showtime se le olvidó.
I am so sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Just share it on my page.
So Bert, did you share it? Did you
Yes.
share everything? You're good then. You can follow along. Just gotta turn your suchi.
Oh, yeah, you all right?
Ya se le quedó.
Where's your
volume
volume over here?
Yeah.
turned
Your
mine
volume's
off.
down. Now you can see the comments. Now you're good.
Yes,
Oh,
because
okay.
there might be hello
What's
from
that?
Iowa. Hey, Jose.
I can't hear you.
You didn't share it? Mira, you're sharing. You're the one who
what
didn't share it.
You're not live.
Oh, on my page. Yeah, no, I'm on La Pura Verdad podcast. Yeah. I need to share it too, but I can't because I play the music. Welcome to a live show, guys.
Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you're from the 210 La Chismosa page, I'd ask you to please share it, like it. Go on to La Pura Verdad page as well and like it so we can get more subscribers. We can get more follows. And the more we have, the bigger it gets and more people can enjoy our craziness. Porque ya
Yeah.
saben cómo hacemos.
Hello,
Keep
Iowa.
going.
There's Iowa right
Keep
there.
going, keep going, keep going.
Great laugh.
Keep going, Chismosa, keep
Yeah,
going. I
oh,
gotta share it. I gotta
well-
share mine.
Oh, sorry. So when I first heard about it, I seen a couple of people posting it around social media that there was a movie being filmed here in San Antonio.
Yes.
So I know it was something to do with tamales, and I was
Yes,
like,
yes.
¿Dónde vamos a ir a comer? Like, is there a fiesta or something? Like, because, like, they were, like, that was going to be a tamalera or something. But no, so it was a movie that y'all actually
Yes.
made here.
Yes. We made a movie. It's called Tamale Season. It is a movie inspired by Isaac Rodriguez. He lives in Houston. He's the director and the writer of this film. But Isaac is very well known in the film industry Now, this is the first movie that he makes that is cultural and Latino cultural. At first, there were some doubts in him because he is represented by agents that distribute in Amazon, Hulu, Tubi, and the major streaming apps because he does films for them. And mainly his are crime, horror, terror. But he was motivated to do it based on his grandmother because he remembers as a kid coming to his grandma and his dad and mom would say, we're going over to grandma's because it's tamale season. Mm-hmm. And that's when families...
Tamalero de volada, right?
So that's when the families unite. And last year he was telling me about it and he started writing. He'd get my input. And then when he finally finished it in December, he goes, what do you think? And I read it and I'm like, let's do it. We then programmed ourselves to film in April. I was able to bring Brandy along to play my wife, and Isaac brought Alicia Rivera.
Oh, so you're really not married?
Yeah, because I was like,
No.
Lopez.
You have the same last name, dude.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no. Everywhere else they think we're brother and sister.
I thought Cheeseman. That's where we come in.
There you go. De por sí, I'm always in hot water.
Right, but Bert's married, but
Yeah.
I'm single.
There you go.
She's single and ready to mingle.
Thank you for sharing, Kevin. Thank you, everyone who shared.
Hey, Bert, so, what you're doing, as you can see, I know you walked in here, you really didn't chance to look around, but, she's most of the same. We're both on the same sheet of music. We're really passionate about our cultura in general, right?
Yes.
And I always like to say that, as Chicanos, as Latinos, as the population of the United States grows, we are the least represented in all forms of Hollywood, in front of news, politicians, like all these things that for our whole lives, we've always looked up to Hollywood, and La Bamba came out.
Yeah.
You know how many Chicanos, that's their favorite movie? Why? Because that's the only movie we could refer to that have people like us. Mi Familia, another great one, right? Blood In, Blood Out, American Me, like all these movies. I can promise you that if you guys are younger, but if your parents are over the age of 30, I can promise you they probably have these movies saved somewhere, DVD,
or know the words,
the words
know
to
every word that
right
comes
to
out.
I
So I might have recited them to you when you were growing up.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true.
And it was when Lisa sent me the stuff for it, I looked at it, I was like, hell yeah. And so we're gonna show the trailer here in a few minutes, but when I saw the trailer, I was like, dude, this is San Anto. This is awesome. But the great thing, the reason where we can involve you into what me and Chismosa are doing is because, again, it's part of our cultura. It's part of our
something we can relate to.
We can relate to here in San Antonio. And just 2 nights ago, I watched a movie, and we're not overshadowing the movie, but I watched one of the movies. That we have 2 movies right now. Chicanos have 2 movies right now on Netflix and on Amazon Prime that are inspirational Chicano movies that if you haven't, as a parent, sat your teenage kid and take away their phone and make them sit down to watch these movies, you're doing us an injustice. Yeah. Right?
Absolutely.
One of them is Flaming Hot.
Yes.
If you haven't seen Flaming Hot, right?
Watch it.
It's an outstanding movie. Yeah. And then the new one is A Million Miles from a million miles away, something like that, right? Yep. So the astronaut. It's based on our first Chicano astronaut who started from absolute, like literally, Chismos, I'm not even lying, guys. I cried. This is what happened. I got invited to a personal party, right? I don't want to say the gentleman who invited me, but it was everybody here would know who he is. Mm-hmm. So he invited me to the party, and I said, man, am I going to go? Am I not going to go? And my wife said, I'm going to start watching this movie. And I started watching, and I was like, man, dude, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go, right? So I went to the party. I came back early, and guess what I did? I came back and I finished watching it, so I stayed up late.
You couldn't leave the party fast enough.
So the reason I bring that up is because these movies, again, we should be passionate about showing these to our families and going to work and saying, hey, If you haven't seen this movie, you need to check it out. And I have a funny feeling that this movie is going to fall into that criteria, right? It's a comedy?
It's a comedy. There's some moments where I feel defeated in the film by the new trends that come about in today's world. For example, and I won't say too much, but I'm the owner of a tamale shop, a molino. And
we are the
we
owners.
are.
In
the movie,
it's a we.
Yeah, no, she's the good person, and I'm the bad person because I get us in debt. But with today's world comes competition. The old molinos are trying to get pushed out, and now the world is all about organic, gluten free, que quien se que. Las abuelitas de más antes they didn't know it was gluten free or not. Agarraban manteca from
and now that
the.
she flows, you're not peanut.
And there ain't no gluten free right here.
Yeah, so anyway, what happens is he's stuck in the old ways, but not in a sense where he's actually lost some of his culture. So in the film, we bring that back, that who we are is we have to make it the way they did it, the way our abuelas did it, our matriarchs, that bonded families. And, the other day, me and Brandy, we were talking in another show, and hacían los tamales de la cabeza del marrano. You know what I mean? It's like nowadays they go buy meat, ya está procesada and all that. No, they were old school in the old days.
Hicieron el pozo y tal.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Hey, for some of our viewers, they're talking some deep stuff here. So tierra del pozo, right?
Yes.
Dirt from the hole. They're talking about
the hog's head.
The pig nose y tal, los ojos sacan.
But you guys are gonna see some moments where we as a family are almost destroyed by the new trends. But being that the Latinos are known for that, there's even a skit that Key and Peele do, and they say that Hispanics are the most tight families they've ever seen, and that's true. Through thick and thin, mostly you look at our grandparents, they marry and they die married in the old days. Yeah. I'm not saying about now, but that's who we come from strong bonded families, and we're gonna see that in the film. That no matter what life throws at us. Brandy and I in the film, and she's my motivation in the film, saying, come on, we got this, but I have to then go back to my roots and remember where I came from and how tamales were made, and we're going to speak about the history of tamales. It's not in the trailer, but there's a big segment about who we are and where we came from. And
so, are both of y'all from San Antonio?
I am.
You're born here in San Antonio.
Well,
what side of town?
I'm from the south side. I went to South San.
Bobcat.
Pura Bobcats.
Don't believe anything he's saying now. Yeah.
And Brandy,
what school did you go to?
Puro bracket.
I'm so sorry.
Brandy, where are you from?
So
You're
sorry.
here in San Antonio?
I'm from San Antonio.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, my grandparents, I was raised by my grandparents, and they lived over by in the west side of town by Kennedy High School.
Okay.
And my mom at the time she lived on by Jefferson on Donaldson.
Okay.
St. Cloud and
I go to church over there. St. Paul. That's my church over there.
Okay, I used to go to St. Paul.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, so before you guys ask any questions, look, we'll just we'll watch the trailer right here. Check it out.
Let me see. I don't think I've seen it.
Well, it better come out. Of course.
It's only been viewed, I think, over 8,000 or 9,000 times already.
We gotta keep going, Chismosa. I gotta.
No, okay, so growing up on the south side, like you said, but most of the time, the whole time? So you went to high school, South San, right? And then from there, where did you go? Did you live?
Well, no, I mean, I always lived on the south side, pero my acting started in high school, and I did a film there. And I always repeat the story because it was so memorable. The guys that went to high school with me still remind me that. I remember you made that film in school called Pigs. It was like People's Court, but it was Pigs in Court. We're arguing over pigs, mascots, and pets. And I did it with a VHS camera, and I would record and then pause and then set up another scene and then record, take off the pause and continue recording and then pause. And if we messed up a scene, I would just rewind it and time it and then boom. Stop it.
Ain't no school.
Yeah.
I still do it like that now.
No.
Here it is. Before it goes away. Here's our trailer.
Come on. All right, people, listen up. Today,
is the most important time of the year for us. It's tamale season. This is where we make over 70% of our yearly revenue. This is how we live. This is how we feed our families. Bring it in. This will be the Martinez family biggest tamale season ever.
There's a tooth in my tamal.
A tooth? Are you sure it's not yours?
We had to buy cheaper meat, remember?
I don't think we're doing anything wrong, but I don't think we're doing anything too right either.
And what is this?
It's the best tamales in town.
Dad, come look, hurry.
Farm to tamales? What does that even mean?
My name is Roberto, owner and CEO of Farm to Tamale. Real tamales with real ingredients.
Gentrification.
Gentrification. They're trying to get the old folks out so that they can get new, cool, hip places with money.
Nobody wants you here, okay, except you.
I feel like I let everyone down.
So long as we have each other, we'll be fine. And I know that you will come out with some crazy idea and you'll end up saving the day.
And there it was right there. You guys got the first cut of the trailer right there. And these guys are, don't let them fool you. This guy just drank a gallon of black coffee. I've seen it with my own eyes. They're running on fumes. They've been going around hitting up all the local news places and wherever you guys can get the movie out, man. Great article by KSAT 12 here in San Antonio. Shout out to those guys.
So the movie is here in San Antonio. It's kind of based like in people in San Antonio. When y'all did the recruiting or like when y'all did because I don't know very much about films, but I didn't even know about it because I know you just said right now like y'all didn't have that many people involved. Why wasn't the community like because I know I would have showed up. Would you have showed up?
Yeah, I would have been. I would have been in the background.
Well, the normally like in a big budget film, they have a casting director and so forth. We were the casting directors. Like we were recruiting our own people that, and bear in mind when it's a small budget or independent film, you want to go and because I'm speaking from experience, guys, is like you said, you don't know much about film.
Yeah.
Which is okay because
But I know the power of social media.
Yeah. So what you do is you recruit someone to, and I always say this in film is like, I would love to be in a bunch of films, but I don't fit the character, right? So you have to give the character an honest person to represent it. So when they said wife, not that I lean towards Brandy or anything, but she would play my perfect wife.
Yeah.
If I do a casting, it's gonna take weeks, maybe months to find someone, but I already know who I have in mind is perfect. So, and because of the amount of characters, we had already placed them like a year before. Like this is gonna play this part.
Yeah, no, I was in a movie. I don't even remember the name of it, but remember it was with Louis Fonsi and all them, and
he knows those people because he was just saying
Brandy's in it.
To my prayer.
Yeah, the answer to my prayer. They casted me the night before.
Yeah, I was Luis Fonsi's assistant in the movie.
Yeah. So we see, I thought like that, I'm just saying like because the history of the whole movie, like I'm hearing you talk about it, and I just like I know the community would have been so involved.
No, and they have been involved.
Oh yeah,
they've been pushing it hard.
Yeah, no. What I was saying in the trailer when Bert is talking, like, listen up, everyone. You know, you would think that he's talking to a whole group of employees.
Oh no,
and when
it was two
it's
employees.
only myself and our daughter. You know that we're there. That's what.
No, and it's incredible because on a
we had a lot of support. There were a lot of people.
The amount of messages and texts that I get from, I mean, I've been meeting with some people from city council and so forth. They're all backing us. The news tomorrow we're with Univision and hopefully be on Despierta América también. But it's been huge the response to this independent film that everybody
who backed it. So it's independent. So like who forwarded the money? Like how did that work?
His name's also Isaac Rodriguez.
So he paid for everything. He directed it. He started it. He wrote it.
Well, he wrote it and directed, and then everything else. Me, Brandy, and Candy. Candy was our assistant director.
Okay.
Maite Ruiz helped out a lot behind the scenes. Cynthia Bergen, we can't do it without her. Like she is of the utmost importance. Cynthia, you rock when it comes to sound.
She's actually also was one of the executive directors.
Yeah. So Cynthia too. She backs it financially. Isaac Rodriguez. So the money comes from them too. We're not huge budget films, so we're able to get it with not that much money. But it's like I tell everyone, and I went to this film festival, and I won't mention the film or anything like that, but this one guy won an award at a film festival, and the film was literally just him. But his acting was so awesome.
He was able to hold it all off.
Yeah. I mean,
Tom Hanks and
we say,
Castaway.
Yeah. Or
one-man show.
Or Jay Gyllenhaal in that new one where he receives that phone call. That's all him for an hour and 30 minutes. And I'm like, there's people that can pull that off. And it's like I tell everyone, if me and Brandy can pull off those little moments, and it's moments in a film, it's segments of emotions that get interpreted to send the message that we're trying to in the film, you've accomplished.
Well, take us back. So like when the guy who wrote the thing, his name's Isaac, ¿verdad?
Yes.
He wrote it. So he sends you the script and he's like, what do y'all think? So you, off the back, you believed in it. You were like, I like this story. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to do it.
And it goes in steps. So, but we jumped a bunch of steps, but that's okay. So the script.
Well, we don't know. That's why.
So easier said than done because we just did a script. Maite's hearing us, but the next film we're going to do was originally written by an actual guy that works at the news. But the way he wrote it was not in script form. So putting a story in script is very difficult because you have to, each scene has to have a detail. It was 6 a.m. in the morning. It was raining or it wasn't raining.
That's all the shit we
the
don't
guy
think
was
about.
sad. The guy just got out of work. So there's a different feeling when, let's say your husband walks in from cutting the grass. It's a different thing when he spent 12 hours of work and walks in. So in a film, if I put that, like the husband just got home and worked 12 hours at the plant, that guy's going to walk in beat up and maybe don't want to be very conversational. So that gets written on a script. So when I tell a story, it's cool, but now to put it on script form is a whole different. Maite just took like 3 months to do my rocking chair.
Well, if you ever need like some people to sit in that we don't need a script, we can just go off the top of our head.
Oh, for sure.
Right now, me and Chismosa, we got you.
That.
We got you. No, man, not the credits.
We
will freeze up. I promise you, they'll be like, cut.
I'm telling you, I had 2 lines in the movie and lo cagué como 3 times. I couldn't do it. I forgot it. Like,
where did you do this at?
At the damn.
Was it at Jaime's?
At Jaime's.
At Jaime's place.
They were like action, and I don't know, and I was like,
oh my God.
Like, is it me or like is it my turn to talk?
Brandy, it's not her that we're talking about, is
Probably,
it?
I don't know.
Saludos to everybody watching on YouTube, everybody watching on Facebook. Thank you guys for tuning in. A big shout out to good friends of mine, the Puro Pedo Talk Show.
Yeah.
You guys know the Puro Pedo Talk Show? They said they're going to be there Saturday.
Oh yeah, we were just on their show the other day.
So shout out to the Puro Pedo Talk Show. They said they will be there Saturday to check out the world premiere, man.
Yeah, they'll be there. They'll be there broadcasting from the theater. We have like 5 different podcasters, and the actual radio La Nuestra will be out there doing a live remote. And then some of the people from just everywhere will be there. They've all texted me.
Hey Bert, you already have your outfit laid out on the cama?
No, I don't. I'm just going to grab... Le digo, Brandy, I'm not going to keep buying ropa because every event I go buy a suit or... Dude,
if I was doing what you're doing, I had something that... It would be late. I wouldn't even let my wife sleep in the bed for a week because I would lay it on my side of the bed. like your first day of school. You know, your first day of school the night before? You lay out your... He's like, man,
you've already made me think. Now, like, tomorrow I'm going to be like, voy a planchar. I'm going to iron.
No, for sure. Wow. No, but you know, it is really good, man, that you guys based it here out of San Antonio.
Yes.
And you know, tamales, jokingly, but in all seriousness, has been a food that has been on our continent for thousands of years. On the real, it's been thousands of years. A lot of people don't know, you know, my good friend here, Chismosa, you know, her kids are Native American. So the tamal has been a Native American food for thousands of years. You know what I mean? I think we just perfected it, right? We little by little we perfected it with our seasonings and stuff like that. But going back to making tamales, right? Away from the movie, but just making tamales. I can remember my family, you know, for those of you guys that don't know, I did over 20 years in the Marine Corps. So you know, our families were always, you know, other people that we shared the same. They were from Texas, or they were from, you know, they liked the same music, right? And we would sit around and make tamales and stuff. But it's not the same as watching seeing your family make tamales, because everybody has a job. It's a line, right? So rest in peace to my tío Jude. I just had to bring this because it's funny as hell. You know, may he rest in peace, right? But he was like, he had narcolepsy. So like he could sit there and talk to you, and then boom, he would fall asleep. Right? But then he'd wake up and he'd know exactly what you were saying. Like you'd be right back in the conversation. So the family would sit around and be like, okay, well, you're getting the hojas out of the water, right? You're laying them out. You're putting the masa. You're spreading. And then.
But there's a saying. That's why, because everyone has a job, because my mom always tells me, my grandma, they say like the same person can't, like not everybody can meter la mano in the
it's got to be, it's got only one person.
One person's the only one who could put it in, porque van a salir mal.
So may he rest in peace again, my tío Jude. His job, he would put the carne. He was in charge of putting the carne in the masa, right?
So se dormía.
And then se dormía. He would fall asleep. So every now and then you would get a tamale puro masa. And he'd be like, oh, I must have fell asleep.
No, there's a scene in the movie where the lady that's in the scene, Brandy actually does tamaladas with her.
Oh, wow. Gloria Camarillo Vasquez.
So,
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
I'm hearing like a whole bunch of stuff that goes on in the community, and I know I'm like everywhere, so I know a lot of stuff. But where, like, with the tamaleras, like, is this a family friend, or like is it somebody I'll get together with, or?
Well, Gloria Camarillo, she makes tamales every year, and they're known as las tamaladas. And so at the end in the movie, you'll see a scene with all of them. And this past holidays, I went out there. She says, "Will you come? You know, andale mijita ven, and you're gonna love it." And okay, I'll come. Oh. I was there like at 9 a.m. till like about midnight. And I said,
back
oh
was
my
hurting?
God. I said,
you didn't want to look at the tamale.
This was so much fun, but next time I'll just bring the wine and I'll just, serve y'all the drinks, because it's a lot of work. Although I know that as a child and growing up, that was a tradition.
For sure.
Tias and tios, just like we were talking about.
Yeah.
And I always say, I remember the uncles and my grandfather and them outside cooking the head, and then they bring it in, and the women and music and
they're done with their part. The men are done with their part. You got the rest.
So
call us to move
that.
the Oya or to do something.
Yeah. Yep. So Bert, I might have you lose a little bit of friends right here on this next conversation here, but again, I told you I spent a lot of time in the military, right? So I spent probably half my life in California. Right, I spent half my life in California.
Thank you for your service.
And you're welcome. Yes, but I was raised here in South Texas, and I retired back here in South Texas. Our tamales in Texas are better than tamales in California.
Pretty much
everywhere. Period, point blank. In California, no matter where I got it from, L.A., San Diego, Orange County.
Don't get canceled like that, girl.
Hey, hold up. Let me tell you. Puro pinche masa and a little bit of carne. And their tamales over there are big. Like when you would say, give me a dozen, some of them would be like, what? Like, yeah, I'll take a dozen. They're like, what do you mean a dozen? I'm like, bro, like, I want a dozen tamales. And they were like, dude, the tamales are huge. I'm like, I said, oh shit, dude, that's a big ass tamale. I'm used to the lady out the trunk, when he pulls up to your house. How many? Dame 4 docenas. Okay,
bring them over.
Yeah, it's still warm. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you've been your coffee's not kicking in, or
no. Yeah.
I know everyone. You just see they're all watching.
Have you ever met your uncle?
I heard you. So have you had a tamal from California?
Yeah, they call them veracruzanos, and they're made. Muchos los hacen with the
banana leaf.
And they're like They're like that
Squares.
big.
Well, on that point, usually when we see those are pasteles, right? I know the Puerto Rico, like in Florida, my wife's from Florida, those big ones they do with the plant, they cover with the plant, they call them pasteles, but
no.
I'm not.
Parecen los cohetes de Mexico.
Now, the difference in Texas is the masa here that le ponen chile colorado. They add anywhere else it's white. Like I've been to certain parts of Mexico, and even there in Mexico, but the norteños, North Mexico and South Texas, the masa is so awesome because they put so many things in it that it's not just the meat that has a lot of taste in it.
It's the masa.
It's the masa too. And then you go to others, like you were mentioning California. I love all my California people. You guys rock.
Yes, we love you guys. Whatever he's saying.
Yeah.
Not.
Right? But the masa is white, and there's nothing else más que el puro maíz. And in Texas, I mean, you can buy it pretty much from anywhere, and it's going to have a taste of masa because they mix it a certain way. Maite, you can probably comment on this and tell us what...
Oh, yeah, Maite makes tamales.
Yes, Maite.
Yeah.
I need a dozen.
But I think a lot of people, as we get, as some of the older generation go on and they leave this world, they take, if you don't learn, they take away some of the way they do things, right?
Wow.
And so
wait till you see the movie.
you go to
Gentrification,
HEB,
what
right?
he
You
was
go to
saying, that
HEB,
place,
you go to La Michoacana, you go, dude, the masa's prepared, fool.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
just show up, masa's done. All you gotta do is make your meat, embarar real quick, boom, boom, roll them up, and go, right?
I used to watch my grandma boil the corn and then take it off the cob and then start the nistamal and then, put the cal.
I remember my grandma doing it, but not like that. She would put it on the whole table and she would like
It was already ready.
Yeah. No, she liked to mix it. The water was boiling. I was like, no, hombre, that's like a toda la mano. Like,
the
she was
skin's
like,
gonna come
Well,
out.
they take the juice. They take the juice from the cabeza.
Yeah, and then
they
they
throw
put
it in
it
the
in
masa. That's where they get get some of the
then,
seasoning.
Like, she never used like any measuring, nothing. No, más like a hand here, and just throw it all in there. I was like, oh shoot, I como sale.
I bought
Yeah, I think we really ought to try that. All of us, everybody get together. Everyone out there listening, let's all get together and
do a big one,
right?
Tamalada, and let's see,
That'd be
may
cool.
the
A
best
public
winner
tamalada.
Oh.
We tried
That
to
would
host
be
something
great.
like that.
Competition.
Yeah.
We tried to host something like that, but like there was like something, I don't know, it was like right after COVID, so a lo mejor that's why they didn't let us. But I think that would be awesome.
it doesn't matter.
Well, we'll get the food.
We'll
We'll get somebody on the city.
Yes.
Tamales kill COVID.
Oh yeah, they kill that thing.
I'm sticking to that story.
So Brandy, this question's for you, Brandy. Your tamales. How do you like to eat them?
Ooh. Well, let's see. With coffee.
With coffee.
In the morning,
Más
I
chile.
like to have a tamal with a cup of coffee.
I like when my wife takes them.
I like my taco de tripas.
I like when my wife takes them and she like after they're like a day old.
Like tostados.
Yeah, tostados a little bit on the
put 'em
thing,
on the
right? Like
grill.
makes
My
them a little
mom used to do
crispy.
that. My
And the
mom
reason
used
I
to do
ask you that because I'm gonna ask Bert. Bert, how do you like your tamales?
No, similar to what you said. No, but I do like, man, I like it everywhere. But cuando acaban de salir, when they're just out, and you just let it simmer for like a little bit, because if not, like you said, it'll stick to the hoja. So you just wait a little bit. But my thing is, I still put more chile on there without me even tasting it.
You put like a green salsita,
more hot sauce on
red
top.
salsita. Well,
Do you put ketchup on
yeah,
there?
she had a ruin right
no.
there. Hey,
You
that,
ruin everything.
I
First
think
you
I-
put pickle on the barbacoa.
Oh,
then you
my
put
God.
ketchup on
hey,
the
Bert,
dang nombre.
don't knock it till you try it. Pickles and barbacoa is a thing. I'm telling you. Next time you eat a barbacoa taco, you're gonna think of me.
Oh, no.
Right?
I don't think
Hey,
so.
I'm telling you, they're good with dill pickles. Anyway,
Well,
back to
someone
the.
said here, as long as you don't add ketchup.
Yeah, well, that's where I was going with it because that is a thing. People, there's a
But
lot
do
of
you
people.
do it?
I don't.
I don't.
I'm not even a big fan of ketchup, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people in Texas and outside of Texas too.
Yeah.
I always see them people post, "Ooh, tamale season," and boom, they put a bottle of ketchup. It's a thing. Some people dig it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I remember my grandfather sometimes used to put a little bit of ketchup on on his eggs, right? Just to give it like a little.
Well, back to the movie. Tell us a little bit more about it. So y'all have already seen it. Have y'all seen it?
Yes, we did.
So y'all got to sit there. Did y'all's close family get to come in and see it?
No, it was
No.
just three of us.
Me, Brandy, and Candy.
Candy.
Well, what it is, and I'm going to explain this part to movie makers. The films are made in different formats, right? And this is all technical stuff. Well, if you see it on a computer, you can pretty much see it anywhere once you get any format. But when it goes to a theater, that film has to be like dissected and re-put together in a format called DCI, and then you have to add the Dolby sound, and you have to add so many things, and a special person has to do it that knows how to do it, and it's time consuming. I think it took Aaron 7 days to do it. Aaron Lopez, thank you very much for what you did for us, brother. Mud Productions. Yes. Big supporter of us. We support him right back, and we love them. And he helped us out tremendously getting it ready for theaters. And the film sounds excellent. You heard the trailer right now, but the film itself is going to sound and look beautiful. So
Puro microphones con madre.
It's top quality film. And I really do hope everyone enjoys it. And we put our hearts into it. We've been promoting it like crazy because we believe in it. It's our culture, like you said. I don't think there's been that many films like this. It's family, wholesome comedy movie where you can take your 5-year-old. There's no bad words, nothing like that. And
no bad words?
No, sir.
It's not a real Hispanic movie.
And the reason being is because of that, because we want kids to see it.
Yeah,
adults, de por sí, we already talk about losing culture, and then you don't want to show your kids. You know? Yeah, no, my blood boils sometimes with our younger generation, and I'm like, oh my God. I was telling you earlier.
Yeah.
You know, I won't say live on the radio because then they're going to hold it against me. But yeah, in order for our culture to our generation to know our culture, we have to teach them. Like, this is the way you make tamales. This is how we make barbacoa originally, you know.
Everybody goes to TikTok now to figure out how to make tamales, like a quick fix, like an easier way to do it.
There's so many recipes on the internet.
There's so many recipes, but even recipes like I don't care who you are.
You can make tamales
you can go to recipe to the T, but if you don't have the way she used to do the masa with her hands, you don't have. That's not going to be on a recipe, right? If it maybe the stuff you use maybe has a little stronger taste, whatever. How do you fix that? Right, that's not on the recipe. Add a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Exactly. Right, those are come from years of you watching your mom and your grandma get in the kitchen and do their thing. So yeah, you know, for us, the tamale is it's not just a food, right? It's not just a Mexican energy bar, right?
I like that.
You're supposed to laugh.
But it was lacking punch. It was lacking punch. I'm going to have to get you in a movie and teach you. You like the delivery.
It was a pause for effect, right? It was pause for effect. No, but you know, it brings our families together.
That's the key right there.
Right? It brings our families together, whether it's making it, whether it's coming together to eat it, right? You know, the old joke says, and this is just a joke, right? You know, why do Mexicanos eat tamales on Christmas?
To have something to unwrap.
So we can have something to unwrap, right?
Absolutely.
And nowadays, if you can't tell, I'd rather unwrap a tamale than a gift.
No, but it's true because and Brandy sent me a picture once. This is like a year ago, and they were making tamales, and there was like 7 ladies around the table. She's like, "Look, Bert," and she did a selfie, and I'm like, "Oh, perfect scene for a movie about tamales." And can you imagine the chisme that goes on, 7 ladies?
Of course.
Oh, man.
Every morning a las 7 de la mañana.
They got to add you
all
in
my
there.
Tias are there.
They got to add her this year.
Chismosa she's a wonderful cook, dude. I've been to her house. I've seen her.
And that's why, because I was always wanted to be in the chisme. So I was in the kitchen mirando todo al mismo tiempo. Like I was listening and I was learning. That's how I learned.
But the great thing about Chismosa is she's so traditional. Like, she still puts on the apron. You know what your apron that but not just an apron, fool. It's like your grandma's old school. When you see her, like, hola chingo, you got that from 1960 or what? But it's traditional.
This is my great grandmother.
She is in her.
I still use the molcajete.
Yeah.
I still make tortillas for my kids.
I love
my
it.
God.
Every morning, the football team would come every morning. Like most of the time, like game days, I would make 60, 70 tortillas and send tacos for the whole team.
What day days do you go over there to go eat?
We're
and
going.
follow
Well,
you?
no, I mean,
We'll follow you.
whenever she calls, for me, she's famous for, she makes this green salsa that I thought was like always called an avocado salsa, right? Or like a tomatillo salsa. And I said, God dang, man, that's a lot of avocado, that's a lot of avocados. Like, there's no way she can make, like, unless she got a lot of money, that's a lot of money to buy that many avocados. Well, when I started watching her, pues no era aguacate. Aguacate era calabaza.
Oh.
Yeah.
Put calabaza
She
instead
puts
of
calabaza in the thing, and with a little bit of aguacate, right? She mixes it. Dude, you eat it with a chip, I promise you'll never know. And it's good.
I think you cheated. She's most
Shout out to my good friend Mike
Thank
Gonzalez,
you,
hijo de Jimmy Gonzalez, del Supergrupo Más. Mike Gonzalez in Iconics.
Yeah.
He's watching. He brought me
the molcajete.
the molcajete. And so I posted a picture on social media with the molcajete. Like, hey, dude, have you ever broken the molcajete? Have you ever cured one?
Sí.
A curar una. Have you ever?
Like rice.
With rice and yeah.
apple and
Yeah. Hey, dude. That's why ladies back in the day, they were
like,
because dude, that is no joke. And then if you have a little one, you can knock it out. But hombre, Mike me trajo un jumbo.
He's like, knock yourself out.
Wow.
But no, man. Again, this is how we are, right? We're all over the place.
That's all right.
But going back to the movie, man. Again, I think it's something special, especially for the 210.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have people watching from all over. So with that being said, people watching from all over, how is this movie going to get to the people who can't make it to the movie theater on Saturday?
premiere.
To the premiere.
It's going to be on 6 streaming apps as of right now that are confirmed. A major one is Amazon Prime.
Hell yeah.
We'll be on Tubi, probably Hulu, 3 other streaming apps,
Pureflix.
probably Pureflix is where Isaac is working on that one. And this is Isaac's doing. He arranges all this. He does it already with all his other films. As a matter of fact, I have a friend in Minnesota that sent me a picture of a film that I was in with Isaac, and he was in Minnesota watching. He goes, I just saw you on the big screen, bro. And Isaac has created this great relationship with these streaming apps, and people that can't not come in to see it at the theater, they will be able to see us in one of the streaming apps. It'll be weeks after the premiere because it'll be at the theater for about a week. We're trying to get more. Brad, if you're hearing, thank you very much for what you're doing for us, brother. Thank you very much. Brad's is trying to get us more theaters so we can fit more people because the demand is high. We literally filled the theaters we had available, and we're trying to get more. He's trying to shuffle other movies around, the big timers, to make room for us little people. But Brad has been doing a great job, very supportive, and we're going to pack the house. Right now, the house is packed as it is with the amount of people that are going, and we're trying to get more theaters. The community, once again, has been so awesome. The response, the support, from local leaders and so forth, and the media and you guys, which is part of the media, have been very supportive also in pushing this cultural film that is very nosotros. Once again, the tamale season is all over South Texas, is all over North Mexico. Latinos are gonna be able to, associate themselves or maybe relate in a lot of the scenes that are in there, and they're probably gonna get out of the movie and call their grandma or mom, Ama, I'll see you in December. Ama, te miro on Thanksgiving, because sometimes we need films to, because I think about my grandma. Sometimes we need films to remind us.
¿De dónde venimos? Like where we're
De
from.
dónde venimos, and I tell a story, and I cry all the time on it, but. When I was 12 years old, from the age of 12 or 10 or 12, I used to go to Nyosa to help my grandma set up her tortas stand. And it was a bother for me. I hated it. And then at the end of the shift at La Villita, I would then load up the van and take it back. And I would see everyone having fun. As I got older, I learned to appreciate that even more. And I did it till I was 18. From 12 to 18, grandma. And the other day, the Express News did a throwback. I had my grandma on there.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was awesome.
beautiful.
She
Yeah.
from 19, 80, I think 80 something, like 81, 82.
I wish we could get a hold of someone out at I know at the library, the one right there on Mission Road. I mean, have a premiere out there for the people to go watch it, like on a Sunday, because like you said, this is something that our community needs to see. Our people need to see, like the tamale whole season. You know, during the tamalera season, like Christmas, hombre, se ponen en línea for days.
Yes.
The news is out there. I'm 2 days sitting out here.
Delia's tamales.
Yeah.
If she's sponsoring you, don't mention
No, my bad.
But yes, no, you're correct. You know, and I talked to Randy. You probably have to remind me of his name, but and I'm sorry, the guy that the young man that runs the Guadalupe Arts Center talked to me the other day, and he said, Bert, after y'all do your premiere, I would love to show Tamale season at the Guadalupe Arts Center for our community.
Dile Clint Westwood. He's watching. Clint Westwood. He's there.
Yeah.
He's there always at the Guadalupe helping out.
Yeah, I think he's the one that said, as long as you don't put ketchup on the tamales.
Yeah, so Clint, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Clint.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. But we were talking the other day, and they're at the lobby at the Guadalupe Arts Center, and we're talking about Tamale season. And he was like, Bert, let's not only enter it in the festival, but let's showcase it here at the Guadalupe Arts Center when you're done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, we'd love to do that. And he goes, and I'd bring the community from around here to come watch it.
How long is the movie? Like
70 minutes.
70 minutes. Okay. Okay.
An hour and 10, an hour and 15.
Bert, do you guys think that, you know, this will eventually get, besides being on streaming apps, like you said, like, does San Antonio have a drive-in theater?
That's what I'm saying. At the library, at the San right there in Mission, where it used to be the library. They used to be.
Do they still use it as a drive-in?
Yes, like they're like utilizing it now. So why wouldn't they?
So my question to you and Brandy would be like, would you guys be okay to show it in a
absolutely, because we used to.
That would bring
it would talk about the mission.
Yeah, it would bring so much back, because I remember
like go in there.
We'd go watch the movies
con las
when we're
bocinas.
little, with the kids.
Take
the blanket out there, take some tamales.
Hey, so if anybody watching, if they're watching today or watching, you know, at a later time, if you guys know somebody there at the drive-in that you know, get a hold of me, Cicely, or any of us here. I'm sure these two can make that happen, right? They could find a way to get you the film to be able to be shown there for people to bring their families.
We can do that. We'll get on it.
We'll get on it.
You know, but again, I'm really excited for the film. You know, when I saw the thing earlier today, it's because it's very relatable. Mm-hmm. Right, it's very relatable. You know, working in a restaurant, a lot of Chicano families, Mexican families, that's their livelihood. You know, a restaurant is their livelihood. That they all work, like you just said, you helped your grandmother since you were little. Like, you start off as a dishwasher, then you're busting tables, and then you're the waiter, and then, you know, maybe they'll trust you with the register. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have pillars.
You advance.
You advance as you go. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see a movie. I will have my pickle, my popcorn ready to watch the movie.
We're actually hoping to have tamales there. We get with Mr.
We haven't even asked him.
Mr. Ramirez, if you're watching,
what theater is it going to be on Saturday? Right,
because City Base Cinema, they're on Military Drive.
Okay.
Once again, and I keep mentioning him because I'm very appreciative of him. But Brad Smith, when we told him what we wanted to do, he was very welcoming, and he said, "Let's do it here. Let's do it here." I'm very supportive of you guys, and he has been very inviting and supportive. And I talked to him just a while ago, and I just texted him. And he's doing what he can to accommodate us, and has been great. But you know, there's that. And going back to tamales, but it was so easy for me to relate to the character because you know that song, I lived it. It was like I have been seeing tamales being made since I was a little boy through my wife, my daughters, my mom. I mean, my mom every year. But my grandma was the original teacher, and my sisters still say, we make tamales, but not like the way grandma used to make it. So they recognize greatness, and they said those were tamales. Yeah. And they didn't have a little strip of meat in the middle like you said. They had bunches and bunches like one of my nephews used to say, it's got bunches and bunches.
Bunches and bunches of carne.
Looking at the little bit of the video, like I'm thinking about it because it's so relatable because it's a small family store, like a tamalera place, a molino. and it's trying like a big company's trying to take over it.
Yes.
It's just like these corner stores or these mom and pop shops that are trying to survive in these big old places because
Pinche QT llega y se lleva todos los
I like golpe y todo el pedo, pero no, like
But you know what? It's funny you bring that up, but like corner store stuff, because in my hometown of Beeville, there's a corner store, and it's funny, right? Because again, it's family, it's community. It's called El Obrero grocery store there, and they used to give. I remember going as a kid. You can go get bologna, pan, you get everything, but you didn't have to have money. You put it on credit, and when your parents got paid, they'd go in there and pay the tab, right?
Yeah.
And so it's been there for over 100 years. Well, the city came through, the health people, like, hey man, like it's falling apart. You got to get this fixed. So what did the community do? They came together. They went on social media. It's like, hey man, you came here, your parents came here, your grandparents came here. Let's help this lady out. This lady's been here, given to us since we were little. Uh-huh. So the community showed out, and they helped her out, and they revamped the store. So they're gonna have a new grand opening. Right? So again, it's about community, man. This movie is about community. We're gonna get to see a lot of the San Antonio background.
Yeah. No, you're gonna see a lot of San Antonio. Just everything that represents us is probably in the movie. From the Market Square to the Alamo to La Torre.
Guadalupe Street.
Torre. Yeah.
Guadalupe Street?
Yeah, there is Guadalupe Street.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a
Nogalitos?
scene.
I don't
There's a
know.
scene.
No, he's like,
That's our next
so
movie.
for the people who are watching, this is your first time hearing about the movie. Is there still tickets available for people to go and see? I know before we were on air, you guys were talking about like, man, we're getting sold out. Bert?
Wow.
What's your guys' plan?
I'm working on it.
Who do we got to call? We got people, bro. People will call and mana picar. Hey.
Okay. Well, Bradley Smith, the owner of City Bay Cinema, is working on it, and he's doing a great job, and he'll get something done for us tomorrow. And I'm praying. I'll be praying tonight that it does, because we want to accommodate as many people as possible.
I mean, we've actually given up our seats.
Yeah,
our VIP.
Brandon and I, we're sitting on the carpet.
I'm giving up my VIP.
Like they're really gonna not let you two in.
I want to interrupt real quick because
I'm bringing my folding chair.
Somebody said, Debbie said that at Freetail Brewing, maybe that like we can have the showing there. I don't know if that's what she's saying.
Well, no.
That was one of the places I wanted to
that's a location where we filmed.
One of the places that they show. Okay, cool.
We see
Hell
they
yeah.
have a big parking lot because I think they do like car shows and stuff. That would be a nice place
that's
to
a
have
real nice
off
place.
of Presa right there.
Oh, they gave us.
Yes.
They gave us the reins there and said, film here.
Yeah.
And Mr. Ramirez from Martinez Tamales, before I forget, he was so vital in this film. I mean, he was probably the most vital person in this whole filming. Is the way when I first told him, can I use your location to film a movie? And I told him what the movie was about. He's like, whenever you want, you just tell me. I told him the whole script and everything. And he was, after that, he fed us breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I was just about to ask, Bert, was that your reason? We're just filming one scene a day. It's probably about 3 minutes, but we just want to make sure there's some food after.
No, we would take over his molino from morning to afternoon. He would even close early so we could film and then say, while you guys are filming, he owns a restaurant, and I'll say because he helped us so much. He owns Pichachas. Yeah, he owns right there on Fredericksburg Road, and he would go to the restaurant and
bring food.
Food, whatever you guys want. You just tell me. And you don't necessarily need to be tamales or barbacoa.
Somebody's asking about the after party. Ya saben. We got to know about the after party.
Brandy,
where's the after party? Is that Brandy? It seems like you're the one in charge of the after party.
I am.
No.
She put it together.
Yes.
She did a great job of that.
The after party is at the Blue House.
The Blue House.
Over on, I think I sent you the flyer, right? Didn't I?
The Blue House.
The Blue House on San Pedro.
Yeah.
Very nice venue. Thank you to Art.
Yes.
And it's going to be great. My brother's going to do some of the catering, have food for, finger foods and things for everyone. Music, we're going to have some music artists that are going to perform.
Awesome.
Like Danny Farias, Janie Victoria, and George Mercado.
No, George Mercado.
We
You
just
guys have
added
never heard him?
Angel Martinez, Annette Butler's daughter.
Yes.
Beautiful
She can sing.
voice.
She can sing.
Yeah.
Well,
and
that's
so
awesome.
so that's going to be the after party.
The after party.
Drinks will be flowing.
Drinks will be
And
flowing,
that one is not
dancing.
kid friendly.
That
That one is not kid friendly.
and even if you even for
Ahí donde
those,
sale todo.
right, even for those who didn't get to make the
802
movie,
San Pedro.
we're
802
gonna
San
have the
Pedro.
red carpet in
Yes.
there, and we're gonna have photos, step and repeat. A lot of more media will be there as well, doing live.
Will there be a red carpet at the theater though?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes,
Yes.
that is like vital.
Yes.
Hey, and you really don't have your trajecito like
No,
laid
no,
out
I have
already?
a traje, but it's just like I'm just different. I'm just like. So I got a traje. When was it? A couple of days. Saturday. I didn't even know I had it. I'm like, is this mine? It looks very nice. I don't remember buying it.
Oh,
but it's mine according to my kids.
You already wore it for one of your events?
On Saturday, I went to a major event.
Nomás cambia la camisa to say.
Yeah. I'm a young. I mean, I've worn so many sacos to events that I don't even know. Sometimes I'm like, ojalá que they don't notice that it's the one I wore like a month ago.
I think, man, you know what? Sometimes when I do we do these podcasts, right? Like, I forget and I'll go through back and I'm like, hey, dude, I wore that shirt last week the same time.
Yeah, so no, but yeah, no, I mean, I always have, I have this cleaners that's been servicing me for 20 years, and great people. They're over in Kirby, great people. But every time that I have events, I go drop off a bunch of clothes, and I'm there every week. But she always tells me, "Are you gonna film? Are you gonna go to an event? Let me get your clothes ready." Like, she's concerned. Yeah. Sylvia, thank you. I love you. You and your family are great. Have been great to me for 20 years. And every time I tell her I'm gonna do a film, I'll tell her these 3 shirts, I need them like this, because I'm going to be in a film with them, and she'll get them ready, and she'll go, I'll get them done by tomorrow. Even if she has a 3-day wait, she's always tended to me, and it's been great for 20 years to me. And they create this 5 sacos and 5 pants, and she'll tell me, like, dude, I think you're running low on pants because you haven't brought any like this week. I'm like, she's more concerned than my family.
Ladies and gentlemen, so if you're not doing anything this weekend, you want to try to either
we'll get more seats.
Right, they're going to try to get more seats. Right, world premiere 7:30 p.m. September 23rd. That's this Saturday. City-based cinema is a place to be. Right, Tamale season coming your way, and if not, when can we maybe see it on
Somebody asked like 3 times. They want to know, will it be on DVD?
I have to talk to Isaac about that.
Mira, Santos Ruiz dijo the 3rd. Speaking of
That's my
cleaners,
nephew.
will
He's
y'all
out in
have
the
the
Austin
movie
area.
available on DVD at some point?
We're gonna try.
I
We're
guess
gonna
that
try
would be
to.
Isaac would
¿Quién
is the
tiene
one
DVD
that would be-
todavía?
We'll get with Isaac on that.
Stream it.
Hey, but you know
stream
what,
it.
dude? DVDs are like CDs. I always say I'm
Two,
artists.
three?
Why do you make the CDs? Like, people like, but believe it or not, some people like to have something.
To
Right,
hold
whether
on to.
you're gonna
hold
watch
on
it,
to,
hold on to, like,
yes.
right. You can buy it on
Yeah.
TV, but you really don't own it. I got this. Like, I
Yeah,
have
it's mine.
something
Yeah.
solid. You know what I mean? So when can we? Do y'all have an estimate
Couple
of
of
when
weeks.
when
Do
it's
you
gonna
have a
be
Facebook
uploaded
page
to the?
on this?
I do.
No,
Well,
Facebook.
on
the
the
film,
thumb-
no.
Like for the movie. Do y'all
No,
have
but
Facebook?
we will post it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll post it both on Instagram and Facebook when it does go to streaming. What else were you asking me? You asked me something else, and I was going to respond.
Se me olvidó.
Once you
If
cross,
we're gonna have some seats available.
Yeah. Were you gonna have?
Yes, well, I mean, and like I said just a while ago, I'm working on it. Brad's working on it. I'm sure he'll come up with something, because we do want to accommodate as many people as possible on the actual premiere, even though it's going to be showing the whole week.
So that's what's, okay. I'll be showing the whole week at the movie theater at
City Base.
Brooks City Base. But then how fast will it be on the internet?
More than likely 2 weeks after that.
Okay, got
Two
it. So
weeks.
2 weeks
Okay.
after that.
Because it has
If
to
y'all
be
come in.
arranged and accepted
Clint,
and all that.
we need to find out if we can get your friend with the big screen, because we need to take it to the library and we want to watch it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Clint's on this.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
man.
one of his production friends actually just bought a huge outdoor screen.
Right there, the
Yeah.
one in Guadalupe?
No, I don't know if it's on Guadalupe. No, but he works with the Guadalupe too.
One of the blow up
Well,
ones.
there was a big one at the Guadalupe.
He
during
bought
the-
like one of the some
Yeah,
like
you put it together.
The really
that big one at
big
the
one.
Guadalupe during
Yeah.
Cine Festival.
The one she's talking about, it comes in panels, and then they hook these
They hook
panels
them
up.
together, yeah.
And they
Oh,
create
wow.
this big
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Clint,
And
Yeah.
it's digital 4K too. It's just crazy.
it would be awesome. To
I
have
just
it
saw
out
it
there.
the other day.
So
and
is it in 4K?
Yes.
What the
Yeah.
Puro 3D.
Hey, Bert, we're going to be able to almost touch you like you were right there.
No, guys. I mean,
Hey, you're gonna see
we're
the
talking
tamale,
about the
you're gonna
film,
be
so
like, I want the tamale.
Remember there was a movie, like, I think my mom said it was like Hairspray or something, where they did the scratch and sniff. Like, it was like was it Hairspray? Or was it not hair? I don't know what movie it was, but like you would scratch this card and like the number would come on the screen, and that was probably a long time because all y'all are looking at me.
What are you talking? Scratches?
Yes, it was like a movie. Mom, you're watching. Tell us. No.
no, but
Hey, Bert, y'all behind the power curve, bro. You don't have a scratch and sniff with tamales.
we were talking about 4K and all that, but as you guys can tell, I'm very dark, and every time I make a film, I always tell directors that I'm gonna need extra lighting. If we're gonna do a night scene, I go, because I will totally not come out in the scene. They're like, why? I go, when they see me, they're like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
we're gonna need extra lighting.
You
on
need
you.
a lot of lighting,
And I spend a lot of time in the sun too, so.
So my last question for you guys, before I give you guys the mic, do you ever think that maybe this movie, if it does well, I would like to see this almost as like a series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that comes from the movies. Like you could take from the movie base what's going on, and then like a series comes after that. Is that something you guys have thought about?
Right, and it's looking very bright, the future, when it comes to, once again, cultural films. And this could be something that's got to catapult us to the other level, which is a series, which could be, a 10-part, 20-part series on Netflix, maybe 40 episodes. As some of the great series on Netflix have been from 30 to 40 episodes. And we're hoping this could actually open doors. I have a filmmaker that saw our trailer and has just been inspired to write a film, another cultural film, and called me and told me, I love the trailer so much, I just got motivated to write a script. And this is a pretty big time filmmaker saying that. And we did that as a team. Isaac, Cynthia, Brandy, and I, and Candy, and Maite, and everybody, Brian Anderson, everybody involved in this film. We were the tool, the instrument that is motivating big time filmmakers to say, Lilo, you guys did it when we should have been doing it. Because we have the resources. You guys, with your very little resources, you made it happen. And you're like giving us a lesson. Because they're Latinos and they're more concerned about other things. And they told me on the phone call, we just been motivated based on your trailer. And we love it. And thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and sometimes it does, and it takes this village to get it done. You guys are vital. And I'm not just saying that because this is y'all's show, but cada granito de arena que nos ayuda, every little grain that helps us is a blessing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that is 30, 40, 50 people that just been inspired and motivated, not only to go watch the film, but once again, what the film is going to do for them, which is reminiscent on who we are. But also, filmmakers get motivated to do more of us, and I hate to bring this up, and I'm not being in no way playing the race card, but Tyler Perry does it in Atlanta and has created some beautiful studios, and he brings out the comedy in his culture, and that's awesome. I love it. I watch all his films. Mm-hmm. We have to do the same.
Exactly what I said in the beginning. In the beginning of the show, that's what we touched on, right? When the beginning of the show, I mentioned that how are we going to be here in the very near future, the majority of this country by sheer population alone, but yet we don't have movies that we can that represent who we are. Besides kind of those movies that we named, right? And then the other thing is before we say goodnight, the other thing is that. Anytime you see some of us in the movies, we're always something bad.
Yes.
Right? We're never something positive.
Yes.
Always a novela.
Right. We're always a gangster. We're always, you know what I mean? Like a cagapalo somewhere, right? That's who we are. But what you guys are doing is beautiful, man. I'm super excited again, just because it's here from, here in the 210.
Yes.
And I wish you guys nothing but success. I hope the show. I can't wait to watch it here. I'm gonna have my pickle, my popcorn, my Big Red, ready to
going
rock
to the
it.
theater.
Record. What? Hey.
Yeah.
Well, maybe me
Come
and
on,
Chismoso
Chismosa,
make
you gotta be there. That's where the
make
champ is at.
No, hombre, that means we gotta go buy a suit y que la
Hombre,
chingada.
me tengo que peinar. No,
Te vas semi-formal y el molcajete te lo llevas.
But before we call it a night, man, I want to
postre.
give you and Brandy a chance to, you started a little bit of your thank yous to, who helped you or anything. The mic's yours, man. The audience is here for you. So
And I always forget people and I always forget organizations because there's so many people that have helped. Beginning with once again Isaac and Cynthia, which have been a team for a long time, and they allowed us to come into their world and be able to come together as two teams and make this film happen. Thank you, Isaac, for always thinking of me, and especially for this film. And we're going to continue. We're not going to stop, guys. I have this saying, and Candy and Brandy hear me all the time, is I'm not going to stop until I win an Oscar. If I die chasing that Oscar, oh, well, at least I get to heaven. I told God, I gave it all you gave me. Left it all on the table. And I'm okay if I don't win it, but I would like to win
Speak
it.
into
So
existence,
directors, producers, as I say always, you guys have a challenging script for a little old poor boy from the South Side. Give me a shot. Let me have my shot. Give me my chance, and I will
because
perform.
I forget everything.
2 lines.
But thank you, Brett Smith, once again. The girls, Candy and Brandy, which always accompany me everywhere. They've been very supportive of me. Maite Ruiz, very supportive. My family, which actually put up with me because I'm never home, like literally almost never home. But every filmmaker in San Antonio, from Aaron Lopez, that helped us. All the supportive people. Danny Ramos, he's not in the film in no way, but has always been supportive of me. He's like my brother. And every actor out there that helped us. Brian Anderson, I always mention him, he's so talented. Alicia Rivera, thank you for coming with us on this crazy ride. And we have Rita Hernandez that always backs us up in her shows. And Mr. Romo over at Walmart, he's so funny in this film. And man, so many people that helped us. Thank you, Candy, for jumping in and wearing the dress. The tamale dress, we made her do that. And the dress will be on display. Thank you, Sandy, for making that dress. You rock.
Is Sandy from San Antonio?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
She makes dresses. She designs them and makes them and all that. And she works in Vegas, actually.
So you gotta get
from
Selma
San-
Hayek to wear that for the Oscars.
Yes.
With the corn husk.
Come on, if we ever...
if you take off a few corn husks here and there, maybe
we get to the Oscars, Candy's going to wear it.
Right.
But there's so many
wearing
people.
it Saturday?
No, it'll be on a mannequin.
display.
Okay.
It'll
Good
be on-
answer.
yeah,
She's like,
so-
hell no, you're not making me wear that dress.
All the local medias that have invited us, and even the big time medias that opened doors for us. Some didn't, but some did. And thank you, because they came in right at the nick of time. And yesterday I had a conversation with a young lady from a major media network, and she's so supportive because we're cultural. And so many people to thank. And I'll continue giving thanks day in and day out, because without us, we can't do what we do. I need people like you. Like Al Pacino said, you need people like me.
Well, how can people find you on social media? Give out your handle.
Bert Lopez Actor on Facebook and Bert Lopez Actor on Instagram. And everyone on my Facebook has been so supportive too. Oh my God, thank you so much.
That's awesome, Bert. That's awesome. Brandy?
Brandy?
Wow, well, Bert said it all.
No.
I one of the, being an actor, an actress since I was 5 years old, I've always, growing up and continuing my career as an actor, my passion is giving it back to the community. Mm-hmm. It's about the people. It's not about me being an actress. I have a passion for it, but I do it for the people and our youth, because I want to set a great example and be a mentor. And when I leave this world, I want to leave a great legacy. That to know that I didn't do it for me, it wasn't about me, it was about you. So, muchas gracias.
That's awesome.
Gracias por el apoyo,
Yes.
and we hope to see each and every one of you guys with us this weekend. And thank you for all your support.
And Brandy, how can they find you on social media as well?
Also, Brandy Lopez on Facebook, actress.
Awesome. Okay. And
And then on
Instagram.
Instagram.
And Instagram.
Okay.
También.
Yeah, you had another.
And Brandy and I promised everyone that we're gonna take selfies. So even if it's 1,000
We'll be
people,
taking
we're gonna take
pictures.
1,000
Yes,
selfies
yes,
with
yes,
you guys.
There you
I
go.
want you guys to have a memory of this night with us. It's a historic night with this cultural film. And once again, we're not like Eva with Flaming Hot. They have a huge budget. And I love Eva and I love everyone that was in the film. I truly do.
Yes.
I admire them. I appreciate them. I applaud them. But me and Brandy are at a different level, but we're about the people. So every single person that bought a ticket to go see us,
Yes.
we're going to take a selfie with them. So get your cameras ready. Like Owens used to say, get that popcorn ready.
Yeah. And this is just the beginning. We still have like several.
Yeah,
other projects that
we're
gonna
not
be
going to
working
stop
on.
until they say, and the nominee is.
And if you guys are just joining us, these guys have been at it all week promoting, probably more than a week,
3 weeks.
promoting 3 weeks promoting this wonderful movie. Bert and Brandy, on behalf of me and Chismosa here, first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for allowing you guys coming and being part of La Pura Verdad podcast, 3rd episode, right? So who knows? Maybe this movie blows up. And
I was
then
just gonna say that.
Chismosa can say, hey,
They were on
they're right here, fool. We had them on the podcast,
Yes.
dog. So, I'm looking forward to that. And to everybody that watched tonight, thank you guys so much. If this was your first time coming across this podcast and you shared it, thank you from the bottom of my heart from me, myself, Bumper Gomez. I'm not going to take the words out of Cecilia's mouth, but
No, well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to like it, to share it, to let everyone know that on Tuesdays, 8 o'clock, most of the time, for the most part, this is our third, like you said, our 3rd episode. The first one was canceled because of the bee incident. But
she got stung by bees, vato?
who and parked hasta eso in the middle of the highway park. But
That's a movie in itself.
But thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. And hopefully, I hope was the best for y'all. Hopefully, somebody comes in and wants to I mean, like you said, it's a low budget film, but I think it's still got to the point, the point
Absolutely,
across.
yes.
And
It was
that's
excellently done.
and
And to everybody out there, people need to know, the filmmakers, all Hollywood, they know what's coming.
Yeah.
This wave is coming.
Yeah.
You're going to start seeing a lot more of people that you can relate to on regular on films. You're gonna it's coming. The wave is coming. This is just the beginning. And Mate said something very important. I don't know if you looked at inside the comments, but she said, Bert, you need to manifest it, man. Like I said, right?
Manifest.
Speak it into existence,
Yeah.
brother.
Yes.
And I promise you guys are gonna get where you want to get to.
Man, I just had a very famous filmmaker call me today and literally said, "What can I do to help? I love your trailer. I need to promote it too." She's Hispanic and she's very famous, and she said, "That is awesome what y'all are doing. I want to help."
That's awesome, man.
And I was like, "Wow."
But that's what we need, right? We need to help each other out. That's the way, we can spread the love of our cultura, man, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
So, Randy, Bert, thank you guys so much.
Thank you
Cecilia,
for having us.
we'll be back next week with another surprise guest, maybe. Man, we got some.
Yeah.
We got some. Hey, if you love Chismosa, Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, you're in for a roller coaster ride with La Pura Verdad podcast, because we're going to take you. It's going to have its ups and downs, ins and outs. We're going to talk about anything and everything. So make sure you guys subscribe to La Pura Verdad podcast on Facebook. And coming soon, we will have the channel on YouTube dedicated to La Pura Verdad podcast. So guys, thank you guys so much for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Cecilia, we'll see y'all
See you next week.
next Tuesday.